Hey y'all, this is Dan with the Southern Paddler Channel, and I'm here with Caleb and Colton, and we are going to do an overnight kayak camping trip. We got two long boats in the back of my truck. That's mine and Colton's mom's boat, and then this is Colton's fishing kayak that Caleb's going to be taking. So we're on Flint Creek here in Hartselle, Alabama. We're going to put in at Vaughn Bridge Rd. We're going to go about 5.5 miles down Highway 31. We're actually going to go up a side creek, West Flint Creek, to a campsite that's a couple hundred yards off the main channel. So we're going to camp there overnight and then get back on Flint Creek and go down to Highway 67. That last leg tomorrow is going to be about 8 miles. So we're doing about 5.5 this afternoon, set up camp, 8 miles tomorrow. They are calling for a fair chance of rain tonight, so we've got to make sure we get there in time to get everything set up, get our rain fly set up. But here's kind of our boats here. We're just about to put in the water. The water's right down through there. You can maybe see that. So all right guys, anything to say as we get ready to shove off?
First time, but I'm excited. Nothing. I got nothing to say.
You got nothing? Wow.
No, nothing.
That's terrible for my viewers. Man. All right, yeah, it's Caleb's first time, and of course, you know, it's really only about my second this is my second overnight kayak camping trip. So we're not experts. We're liable to have some mishaps and some learning experiences, but hey, you got to start somewhere, and that's how it works. So we're going to get loaded, everything put in the water, and shove off here in just a second. I'll check in with y'all later. All right, folks, we're on the water. Just put in at Vaughn Bridge Rd on Flint Creek. We've got about 5.5 miles to go till we get to our campsite. It is 2:38, so I think we'll be all right. The sun's going to go down probably between 6:30 and 7. So we've got 4 hours, which should be plenty to get there and get set up. Colton and I did this trip, did the paddle part earlier this week. There's a log jam that took us a while to get through. We cut some limbs that will hopefully make it quicker for us to get through this time, but we will see. But we do need to not waste a lot of time on the water, because like I said, we're not going to have just a whole lot of extra time, but we do want to get to camp, get set up, and I'm going to be doing some things for the first time, such as hanging a new underquilt and rain fly that I just bought on Amazon this week. So got to figure out how to get those working. And anyway, so we're on the water, headed down that way, and I'll check in with y'all a little later. Is that thunder?
Yep. There it is.
Oh, wow.
Ain't too late to back out.
Okay, so we're on the water about maybe 3 minutes. We heard thunder, and checked the radar. Definitely got a line of storms rolling in. Already got on my rain jacket, got my hat here. We knew there was a chance of rain. I just didn't think it happened this early. But and the lightning, the thunder and lightning is the part I'm not real crazy about. So we're hearing a fair amount of thunder. We may have to find a spot to kind of pull over and just wait this thing out. But we'll just see what happens. But hey Colton, if I tell you that the back of your boat is too low in the water, you know what that's called?
What?
A stern warning.
That wasn't as bad as I remember it being.
yeah, that getting over that's the worst part right there, is getting over that one underwater log.
That took us a good little while to get through last time.
All right, it's a little after 4. We've gone a little over 3 miles, and we've got about 2 more to go to get to our campsite. We had just a little bit of rain. It's sprinkling now. It's not too bad. There's been some pretty good storms that's gone near us, but fortunately they went north of us. We could hear a fair amount of thunder, but we got a little sprinkles, that's all, so it's not been too bad. But we're about 2 miles away from our campsite and going to get there, and we'll have about maybe an hour and a half or so to get camp set up, get some firewood, and should be enough time. So we'll check back in when we get to our campsite, and we'll show you what we got. All right, folks, we've made it to camp. It is about 5 o'clock. It's about 10 to 5. This is our campsite. Beautiful spot, plenty of trees, level, open. So pretty hill there. Got all this open area. This is Flint Creek West behind us. It's a little feeder creek that goes into Flint Creek proper. So we came up here because this right here is the last designated camping area before we get in the Wheeler Wildlife Refuge. We are on the, and earlier I just said Flint Creek, but this is actually the Flint Creek Canoe Trail. A couple of years ago, they made this a canoe trail, put up signs and had some designated camping spots along the way. Colton and I scouted out some camping places over the last week or 2, but we found this one, which was just really about perfect. So we're gonna camp here for the night. So we're about to set up, get some firewood, and once we kind of get settled in camp, we'll check back in. Got camp set up. There's still a little light in the sky. It looks darker in the woods. Maybe there's a campfire going over there. That's my hammock, rain fly. There's my straw bags I got suspended. Come over here. Here's Colton's setup. And then look over there, there's Caleb's setup over there. Got our fire here. We're just got our camp set up and got the fire going and cooking us some hot dogs, and we're just gonna chill for the rest of the evening and tell ghost stories and hold hands. So, okay, maybe not all of that, but anyway, we'll maybe check in a little later. All right, folks, it's about 10 till 9. We are securing our camp. I just moved my hammock up a little higher to make sure it stays in under my rain fly. There's a campfire just glowing a little bit over there. There's Caleb and Colton. They're getting things squared away. We got rain coming in tonight, and so we're trying to make sure that everything is in order, everything's secure and tight. And I say rain, it really storms is kind of what they're calling for. So we're trying to get everything in good shape for that. So wish us luck, and I'll check in with y'all in a little bit. It is 10 after 9. We're all in our hammocks, and we're just waiting to see what the storm does. Hadn't heard any thunder yet, maybe a little ways off, but it is heading this way according to the radar. Still could break up before it gets here. Who knows? We'll find out. But we're all in bed, and we're just gonna turn in and kind of make it through the night, and we'll see y'all in the morning. Of course, if it gets really bad and wakes me up, maybe I'll check in later, but maybe it won't. So we'll nothing else. See y'all on the flip side. Good night. Well, good morning. Here we are, day 13 of our expedition. Wait, no, it's just day 2. And we definitely got some storms last night. The first one came through and actually kind of fizzled out before it got here. It rained, but it was not a storm, it was just rain. So I thought, man, we got it made in the shade now. So I hadn't slept much before then, kind of anticipating that storm. So went to sleep. Was awakened about an hour or 2 later by an extremely close lightning strike and pouring rain, and I didn't sleep for the next 2 hours, and neither did the other guys in the camp. We all survived, stayed relatively dry. We all had some guys had a couple gear on the ground get wet. I had a little water kind of drip in on my ridge line for my rain fly, but it wasn't bad. So got a few little things to work out, but that's why we do this, is figure out what works, what doesn't, and figure out better ways to do it. Probably didn't do something right, but it's I don't know, 7, a little after. We're stirring around. We got more rain. It's just started. It's just a light rain, so we're trying to figure out what our plan is for the day. We've got an 8-mile paddle, about an 8.5 mile paddle that we had planned to do. We're actually kind of at a midway point, and there's a boat ramp, and we have a vehicle close by, so we could be back in the vehicle in just a couple minutes. We're going to wait this first little band of rain out and see what it does, and then we'll just kind of regroup after that. So I'll let y'all know what we do later. Okay, got my hammock put up, my sleeping bag, just got my rain fly up that I'm sitting under as I fix my breakfast. I'll make me a couple cups of coffee, and then I got a little Adventure Meals breakfast skillet. So what's for breakfast? My view this morning. Got a little light rain. It's probably mostly just water dripping out of the trees, but beautiful. And yeah, rain adds a little extra challenge here and there, but we're surviving. So we're gonna get us some breakfast and then figure out if we're going to paddle the rest of the way down or opt out at our nearest vehicle, which is not far away. So get a little something to eat, then we'll decide and I'll let y'all know. All right. Whew. All right, folks, it's Saturday morning. It's 11 o'clock. We're about 3.5 miles in on our last leg, going from Highway 31 to Highway 67, Osprey Point. We survived the storms last night. Woke up to rain, loaded up in the rain, shoved off in the rain, and did the first couple miles in the light rain. It wasn't bad, but it's let up now. Like I said, we've done about 3.5 miles this morning. We probably have about 4.5, 5 more to go. But it's a beautiful morning. We got some, turn this around, we got some pretty fall colors that we're getting to enjoy this morning, and so that's always nice. You can tell it's still overcast, a little dark, but pretty colors. This water's fairly calm, the wind's laid down, that's good. So we're having this good trip and just enjoying floating down Flint Creek. Check in with y'all a little later.